if you type in dinosaurs farted themselves to death, the first thing that pops up is an article from Fox News back in 2015. It was written, I think, in 2012, but in 2015 they revised the article. And the title of the article is "Dinosaurs Gassed Themselves into Extinction." And so, yeah, I know it sounds a little crazy to me, but I didn't know if there's people that actually really believe this. I know there's a lot of people who have said, yes, we really do believe it, and they've explained why. But then there's also an evolution theory. We have T-Rex dinosaurs evolving into chickens. Because according to evolution, I guess chickens trace back to dinosaurs, T-Rexes in particular in the chain. And so is that information that you maybe A, currently accept, or B, would have to consider, or C, have a reason to consider in the present?
I definitely think the climate change killing the dinosaurs is a simpler explanation of how they died.
So that in the model, though, it says that they suited to the point where it did warm the environment, and then they died from the global warming. So to me, it does sound a little hilarious. But yeah, climate change for sure.
I mean, it sounds funny, but that's the simplest explanation that we have right now. Which, I mean, I think there were so many dinosaurs that it increased the amount of carbon in the atmosphere, and that caused warming. I think that would be a simpler explanation of what happened.
Dinosaurs did fart themselves into extinction. All their greenhouse gases caused climate change, which caused an ice age, and they all froze to death.
I don't know if you've heard about this, but man and apes, obviously in evolution theory, we evolved from primates after those primates evolved from fish that came from a rock. And then if you go up the chain to mankind, you have mankind evolving beards, which are different from primates because primates don't have beards. And so, interestingly enough, at one of the universities of Utah, they found that human beards actually evolved to absorb a punch to the jaw. I didn't know if you had heard about this at all. It's a theory that says that we were jacked in the jaw as primates so much and so hard that our face, through natural selection, had to create a cushion to soften the blow of the punches to the face. I mean, is that something that sounds reasonable to you, or would you just defer to the scientists on that as well?
Well, I mean, that it would make sense if we were getting punched in the face that we would develop something like that. But I don't know if we were getting punched in the face, like I wasn't there, but if that's what the scientists say, and they've studied it, people that I can't claim to know more than people that dedicate their entire life and career to this sort of thing.
Why do you believe in the Big Bang cosmological model?
Because it's it's the simplest explanation of how the universe began. It's the most scientifically accurate explanation that we know of right now. So that's what I'm going to go with. Right.
It's just you kind of accept it because mainstream science accepts it.
Right.
So was there any particular reason that you accept it? Let's say there was no scientist that told you that the Big Bang was true and you were to study facts and data and evidence. Is there any facts or data or evidence that would point to the Big Bang cosmological model being something to rely on, just in your own experience?
I mean, without the science, it does fall apart, but the fact that we do have people studying this, and you know, there's evidence that you can look at. You know, you can read the papers. You know, I mean, my understanding of the Big Bang Theory is definitely not to the level of scientists. So I can't really, you know, to my understanding, it's the compression and expansion of the universe. So, you know.
So, like, all of the space, all of the rocks, galaxies, oceans, and so forth were all crammed down to a space that was infinitesimally small.
Everything was kind of at one point in the universe, and it was dense and compressed, and then everything expanded.
How did that work?
You know, I'm not a scientist, so I don't have all the answers,